A safety plan in case of emergency. Life works out better when you're prepared. If you study for your test, you're likely to get a good grade. If your family makes a grocery list, you'll remember to get everything you need. It makes sense to prepare for an emergency, too. A disaster is an emergency that causes harm to people or places. You may never experience a flood, a tornado, or another kind of disaster. However, it's smart to prepare so you'll be ready to keep yourself safe. Preparing for emergencies isn't hard. In fact, it can be fun. It will help you to feel safe and secure, too. Work with your family to make a plan. Put together a safety kit. Then you'll be ready for anything, just in case. Step 1. Learn about natural disasters. The first step of making a safety plan is to learn about different types of natural disasters. In particular, learn about disasters that might occur in your area. The more you know, the better you'll be able to prepare. The National Weather Service is an excellent source of information about natural disasters. Natural disasters are events in nature that harm a certain area. You can learn where they are most likely to happen and how to prepare for them. The National Weather Service website provides facts about weather events and safety. You should know about the following types of natural disasters. None of these events happen often. In fact, a natural disaster may never happen where you live. However, being prepared will help you feel confident. If an emergency arises, you'll be able to think clearly and to help others. Earthquake, a sudden and violent shaking of the ground as a result of movements within the earth. Flood, an overflow of a large amount of water, especially over what is normally dry land. Hurricane or cyclone, a storm with violent winds and heavy rain. Landslide, a sliding down of a mass of earth or rock from a mountain, hill, or cliff. Thunderstorm, a storm with thunder and lightning, often with heavy rain or hail. Tornado, a storm with violent rotating winds. Tsunami, a large ocean wave that reaches land, often caused by an undersea earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or a landslide. Volcanic eruption, an explosion of lava, rock fragments, hot air, and gas through a crater or vent in the Earth's surface. Wildfire, a large destructive fire that spreads quickly throughout forests, plains, or other natural areas. Winter storm, a storm dropping large amounts of snow, sleet, and/or freezing rain. Step 2. Make a safety plan. The second step of preparing for emergencies is to make a safety plan with your family. The plan will help you to locate one another. It would also help you to find a safe place to meet during an emergency. You and your family should decide which family members will call each other in an emergency, which neighbors you will contact, which out-of-town or out-of-state relatives or friends you will contact, and where family members will meet. The calling plan. Your family should create a calling plan. Make sure all family members have a paper copy. Keep the plan in a safe place. You might want to keep yours in your school backpack. Family members with cellular phones should save the phone numbers they will need in their contact lists. It's important to have a contact person who is out of town or out of state. This person may be easier to reach during an emergency because the event may not be happening in his or her location. Try to memorize your parents' or caregivers' phone numbers. If you don't have a phone and need to borrow someone else's, you'll have the most important numbers in your head. Tip: family members who have cellular phones should send a text message rather than call during an emergency. It's best to leave phone lines free. That way, if police, firefighters, or other emergency workers need to call, they'll be able to reach you. The meeting plan. Decide with your family where you will meet in case of an emergency. In some situations, it will make sense to meet at your home. In other emergencies, you might not be able to get to your home or neighborhood. Choose a meeting spot outside your neighborhood. Make sure all family members know how to get there. Draw a map. With your family, draw a simple map of your neighborhood. Mark the location of your home. Label it. Show the location of your school. Label it. Finally, mark the meeting spot outside your neighborhood. Label it and add street names. Draw a line showing the best route from one location to another. Step 3. Make a safety kit. A safety kit isn't just for helping you in an emergency, it's also for keeping you comfortable and calm during and after the event. When your family puts together a kit, put in the necessary items. Then also add some comfort items. For example, you might want an extra comfy piece of clothing or a favorite blanket. Make sure everyone in the family knows where the kit is stored. Choose one family member to be responsible for checking the kit twice a year. That person should check that everything in the kit is fresh and up to date. Look for expiration dates on medicine labels and other items. Your family should replace items that have expired. Schedule kit checks on the days when your family changes the clocks for daylight savings time. That way, you won't forget to keep the kit updated. What goes in a safety kit? Here are some important items to include in a safety kit. 1. Food, water, and related supplies. 1 gallon of water per person per day for 3 days. A 3-day supply of non-perishable food for each person. Non-perishable food is food that won't go bad. Include only foods you don't need to refrigerate or heat. Make sure it's food your family likes to eat. A non-electric can opener. Unbreakable plates, cups, and utensils. Paper towels and plastic bags. Number 2. Personal items. Clothes for each person for 3 days. Include warm clothing, socks, and comfortable sturdy shoes. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, and toilet paper. A pillow and a sleeping bag or blanket for each person. Diapers and other baby supplies if needed. First aid kit. Bandages, aspirin, and other supplies. The American Cross website has a complete list of what to include. Prescription medicines if needed. Names and phone numbers of healthcare providers. Number 4. Electronics and safety supplies. A battery-powered radio, a cell phone and a solar charger, a whistle to signal for help if needed, matches in a waterproof container. Let the adults handle these. Flashlights, 1 per person, extra batteries. Number 5. Documents, identification information for each family member, insurance and bank information. Number 6. Extras, toys and games, books, paper and pens or pencils. Don't forget the pets. If your family owns pets, you'll want to create a supply kit for them too. It should include the following items. Number 1. A 3-day supply of food and water for each pet. Number 2. A supply of medicines if needed. Number 3. Copies of your pet's veterinary records. Number 4. Cat litter and litter box, if you have a cat. Number 5. Food dishes. During and after an emergency. In any emergency, it's important to stay calm. Remember, if you've followed the steps on the previous pages, you and your family are well prepared. All you need to do now is to listen for instructions. Pay close attention to emergency workers such as police, firefighters, or government officials. They will provide important information such as whether to stay home or to move to another location. In case of weather emergencies, use your portable radio to find the NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration radio station. You can also get weather updates on a cellular phone. Information will be available on severe weather conditions and how long they're expected to last. It's important to follow adults' instructions before, during, and after an emergency. Dangerous conditions, such as fallen power lines or gas leaks, can require extra caution. Emergency workers will give you the all clear when it's safe to go outside. Finally, You and your family may want to help your community recover from an emergency situation. Check with your local Red Cross or other agencies to find the best ways to help your neighbors or your town recover. Don't forget to give your family a big hug too. You showed you can get through challenging times together, thanks to some careful planning. Good work. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like more books on how to stay safe, please check the links in the description box below.